What's going on, YT? It's your boy, the boy Jay, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare with a little bit of a twist. I actually had this video idea from someone that came into my chat, and we were discussing various topics, but this one kind of like stuck home. And just so I don't reveal that person's privacy or who they are or anything, I just wanted to credit that person for this video idea. You know who you are. I appreciate you. And I hope that other people can get value out of what I have to say as you did. And I hope that I did provide some sort of value to you. So with that being said, this is going to be a series in which I call What I Wish I Would Have Known Back in the Day, pretty much, right? Like I'm about to be 25 now, and there's certain things that I wish I would have known when I was 18, 19, 20, maybe things that would have helped me or made my path to life a little bit easier had I known this, right? While we're doing that, we're going to be playing some Call of Duty, which is pretty cool. So the first topic that we're going to be discussing is, should I move out of my parents' house, right? You're 18, 19, 20 years old, and you're just not getting any traction, or maybe your parents are annoying, or they're this or they're that. We're going to talk about all that, the pros, the cons, what I believe you should do under specific circumstances. And yeah, just really try to understand exactly how you should go about your life at this specific age. Stuff I wish I would have known when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. I should have taken a little bit more seriously. So let's get right into it. I'm actually gonna load up a game real quick. I want to preface this with a small disclaimer. This is 100% my opinion. This is not fact. This is based upon my experience and based upon people that, you know, friends, other people, other family, whatever, just things that I know. So I want you guys to understand that I am not always correct. It's probably rare that I'm correct more than I am wrong. You ultimately have to make the decision for yourself. Tall, sick, backlot. I bet. Let me get my keyboard where it needs to be, and then let's get right into this. First thing is I truly believe that anybody should take advantage and milk the hell out of living with their parents. Off rip. Milk it, bro. Be a cow. I don't give a shit what anybody's telling you. You need to milk that shit. You need to milk it. Huh? Oh, there's two. Okay, game's garbage. Okay, with that being said, you know where I stand, but I do want to also mention there are circumstances in which you just need to not listen to what I'm saying, because nothing is more important than you, right? Like nothing's more important than your well-being. So if the atmosphere in your household with your parents or whoever you might be living with is toxic in any way, and I'll explain what toxic means. If it's like impeding on your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, you need to get the hell out of Dodge, like immediately, right? Like do not play games when it comes to that type of stuff. I understand it's what I'm gonna be saying is an investment, but that does not mean that you sit here and take the bullshit when you don't deserve that, right? And it's not going to be healthy for your life or really make your life any better for the short term. So just know that despite everything that I'm gonna say, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health comes first, and do not take that lightly. Let's get into the cons of this situation, right? So if you're living with your parents, you might still feel like a kid, right? Which is fucking annoying. Like you don't wanna feel like a child. You're 18 or whatever, and you're really trying to become a person, become a functional human being. And that could be annoying, right? It could probably impede on exactly who you want to become or exactly what you want to do, and you don't need your parents to be annoying you and like invading your privacy or whatnot. And that can be a con. Like you don't want to sit here and allow for your parents to make you miserable in that way. But what I will say is if that's what you have to worry about, that is the type of investment that you should think about. If my parents are annoying me and invading my privacy, and that's what I have to deal with at this age, then like it's a no-brainer to me, because think of it as an investment, right? Like would you rather spend, you know, $1,400 on rent, or would you rather spend $300, $400, $500 on rent and just have to deal with your parents like bugging you and shit? You know what I mean? Like that added with the stress or the anxiety that your parents might annoy you or invade your privacy. It's a no-brainer, right? Like you just take that L. Take that L for the time being, save up your money, do whatever it is that you want to do to accomplish what you want to accomplish in life. And like, that's something that is like invaluable. And you'll realize that when you become, you know, 24, 25, and you've been living on your own for a while now, you definitely will understand the value in which I'm saying. So I'm just telling you, this is something I wish I would have known. Your parents might not be supportive. Oh, this is a great point. Your parents really might not be supportive in what you want to do. Let's say, you know, you have a part-time job, you're working at a grocery store. Like I used to work at Whole Foods and shit. I was only part-time living at my parents' house, and like they weren't really tripping because I was like kind of going to school, kind of not, or whatever. That ended up being like my, you know, maybe your parents they don't support exactly what you want to do. Maybe you want to be a YouTuber. Maybe you want to like save all of your money and like just be this guy who, or a girl who just wants to think about their future right now, right? Like maybe you're that kid. If that is the case and they don't support your dreams, like as long as you're doing what you got to do to remain under their roof, the investment of that is saying, okay, cool, my parents don't support it, but guess what? I live here and I'm paying my bills. I'm doing what it is I need to do. It's just temporary while I get things the way that I need them to be in order to be successful in my eyes. Just think of it that way, right? It's okay that they don't support you. A lot of people won't support you, and if they don't, it is what it is. Like you'll be better off when you actually get your shit together, you know? If you believe in yourself, you'll get to where you need to get. If I want to be a YouTuber, let me make sure I'm creating videos, but I'm also working my part-time job and paying my bills so my parents don't get on my ass. Or let me make sure I go to all my classes and do whatever it is I got to do, because that's ultimately what's going to make them happy, right? If they see that improvement. It is what it is, you know what I mean? So like, just think of it that way and don't allow anything to really infiltrate your mental when it comes to that sort of bullshit. You still have to abide by their rules. All right, you're living under their house. Like, you better respect my rules and be home at freaking 8 p.m., whatever. Again, another investment, right? Ooh, what the fuck was that? You might have to abide by their rules. All right, cool. If you can't go out on weekends, or if you have to be at home at a certain time, again, think of it as an investment. You're sacrificing being out till 12, 1 o'clock because of your parents not wanting you to. But guess what? You know, like, you have lower rent, you're doing what you got to do, and you have to make sure that you're putting you first. So prioritizing your life and your dreams or whatever goal or initiative you have first by just saying, you know what, fuck it, I won't go out. I'm just gonna grind. I'm gonna make sure that I make it the way that I want to make it, etc. And that's what you need to do, right? Like, you can't allow something as simple as going out every night, or, you know, not staying out until 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning to impede on exactly what you're trying to accomplish. You got to weigh out your options and just make sure that at the end of the day, you're doing what's best for you. From my perspective or my experience, like, you know, my parents wouldn't like me out just chilling in my car, driving around till 2, 3 in the morning. Like, they put a limit on that shit. Hey, you got to be home by midnight or 1 a.m. And that was just like, cool, whatever it is. I didn't take advantage of it, but it was just something that I had to abide by because it was their house. So, you know, and that's not a big deal. Another con would be being reckless with your money, right? So you're chilling, maybe you're making like a cool $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, whatever, every 2 weeks, and you're not saving because you're like, oh, I'm cool, I only got $400 in rent, whatever. Like, no, this is a great opportunity to not be lazy. You need to save your money. You need to, this is what I wish I would have done. You need to save your money. You need to make sure that you're grinding, taking advantage of the opportunity, creating a YouTube channel, doing whatever it is that you want to do, grind on Twitch, whatever, create content, become a beautician, like going to clown school. I don't know, whatever it is going to make you happy. Just, again, treat this as an investment, save your money, do what it is you got to do, and put yourself in a more competitive or even a better situation. Had you been on your own, you wouldn't even be able to take advantage of. So just make sure that you're doing so, because it's going to be extremely important that you look back on this time in your life and you say, damn, I wish by the time I was leaving my parents' house, I would have had 20,000 or 15,000. Like, I could have been good. I could have had cushion when I moved out on my own, and I don't have to stress. And now I'm 23 or 22, and it's time for me to move out, and I have nothing to show for those years that I invested when I was a teenager in my parents' house, right? Now it's time to go to the pros. Or the pros are, number one, being that you get to save money. Your monthly bills could be $2,500, $3,000. Like in LA, a 1-bedroom or even a studio, you're looking at least $1,250, $1,300, $1,400, maybe more now. Like, that's when I was looking, you know, that's when I was doing what I had to do. So imagine, that was like 2-3 years ago. Imagine what the rates are now. Shit. If your parents are giving you a break and only asking you to pay or contribute a few $100s a month, then dude, that's a win. Like, think about it, man. Now you have time to experiment. You want to create a YouTube channel. You want to go to beauty school. You want to do something that isn't conventional to your parents or to whoever, right? Like, there's people making livings doing TikToks and all sorts of shit. This is that time to be able to invest in it, but don't get lazy and not invest in it. You know, like, all that time I was with my parents, I was really big into gaming, and I never started a YouTube channel. I didn't grind Twitch. I didn't do any of that. I was just there. You know, I didn't take the time to really try to develop a career out of something that I knew I enjoyed, because one, maybe I was scared, I didn't know how to, or I didn't have somebody to tell me, look, man, like, if this is something you want to do, you got to go do it, because nobody's going to give it to you. And that's something that I wish I would have known, because, like, man, all that time that I actually had an easy break on because I wasn't paying any rent, or I was only contributing a couple $100s a month, and I wasn't saving my money, and I wasn't doing anything, like, that's not a great stat in your life. You know what I mean? It's not a great stat at all. I also believe that if your parents are supportive, and hopefully they are supportive, by you contributing to the household and also trying to fulfill your dreams or make your dreams a reality, ultimately they're going to respect that, hopefully. And if they respect that, then they will support you in the idea that you're doing what you need to do you're doing what you need to do to achieve your dream. If that is the case and they support you, they might even help you invest in exactly what it is you want to do. You never know. I know my parents would have, had I like actually fucking mapped it out and put the effort towards like actually understanding how to make a career out of gaming and shit like that. They would have totally supported it, because you got to understand something too. There are so many different careers, so many different rich people making money off of things that didn't exist in 1980, 1990, hell, the early 2000s. None of this shit existed. So the fact that you could possibly be unconventional success story, then why not? People understand that college ain't all that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it really isn't. Now, parents are a little bit more lenient on the fact that my kid needs to go to college. My mom didn't want me to go to college. Hell, not that she encouraged me to drop out, but when I did decide not to go back, she didn't fight me. She wasn't like, oh, you got to go back, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, never once. You know, it was more like, if you're going to do this, you got to figure it out and understand exactly what situation you're in, and we're going to help guide you through it, and we're going to make this shit work. Growing up is honestly like some of the hardest shit you will ever do. Like, it's a strain on your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. Like, it really is, and people need to understand it. Sometimes there's a reason why people are so depressed nowadays. It's like they aren't finding fulfillment doing what they want to do or figuring out what it is they want to do. And not a lot of people are guided. And so, you know, it's important to take care of yourself and to weigh all your options out. Don't take this shit lightly. It's not something to take lightly. It's your decision, and it is what it is from at the end of the day. I'm not going to give you a step-by-step, because ultimately I don't know you and I don't know what it is you're trying to accomplish, but just know that this is going to be one, if not the only break that you get in your life, because it's hard out here, man. It's hard out here for a pimp. It really is. But yeah, that's pretty much my advice. Again, my story. This is more so what I wish I would have knew, or wish I would have taken advantage of. But being young and stupid and whatever else, I didn't really get to accomplish that. Things fell into place for me. You know, I got a lovely wife. I got a child. I got a, house, all sorts of stuff. Things fell into place for me because I worked towards getting it after the fact. But just know my path would have been so much easier, and who knows where I would have been if I would have taken advantage of this advice. You know, ultimately, I hope you get some value out of this. I appreciate you guys chilling with me and listening to me. I did get backlogged twice, I swear to God. Back to back, I got backlogged twice. But just know that if you are going through some stuff, if you do need help, or this is something that is near and dear to your heart, or this topic is something that you really are struggling with, hey man, hit the comments below. There's a link to my Twitch down below too, if you want to pop into there. I'm sure it'll be somewhere in this video at some point. Take that advice with a grain of salt. It is from my experience. It is not fact. This is a disclaimer. But man, I wish I would have taken advantage of this, because who knows where I would have been. It's been your boy, the boy Jay, and I'm out.